From a road that disappears twice during the day, to a zigzag road that not even a single driver has managed to negotiate any of the bends in one go. The roads you're about to see require next-level skills to drive on. But first though, let's take a look at this road that gives drivers nightmares. Number 10. Kaltaro Valley Road. Kaltaro Valley Road is one of the scariest roads in the world. It's no wonder many people know it as driver's hell. Located in the Gilgit district in northern Pakistan, this road is only for daredevils or, let's just say, smart drivers, because not even words can describe this thrilling road. It's almost 9 miles long and it's covered in gravel, but the most threatening thing is that there is literally nothing protecting you from falling into the valleys. The road only features cliffs on both sides of the narrow trail, which has steep climbs and descents with sharp curves. Honestly, a road like this one calls for incredible driving skills. However, if you believe in your guts, you can give yourself a challenge with this road, but until you consult your gods, this one is not for the faint of heart. Number 9. Le Passage de Gois. We talk of the wonders of the world, and I think this road should be named the 8th wonder, because how do you describe a road that disappears twice every day and only appears for a few hours a day? Located in France, the 2.5-mile Le Passage de Gois becomes impossible to cross most of the time because it's underwater. It only becomes visible and passable during low tides, so if you plan to use this road, then you must check the timetable to know when the tides are low. However, just be careful because mishaps are bound to happen, and you never know what can happen when you're in the middle of the road. The scariest thing about this road is that it has no rails, which means if you're not a careful driver, you can easily skid into the water. But at the same time, when you're unlucky, the strong waves, which rise to 13 feet, can find you midway and slash you into the water. It's no wonder this road is only used by people who are well experienced with it. Number 8. Oyamazaki Interchange. Truth be told, Oyamazaki Interchange, located in Oyamazaki, Otakuni district in the Kyoto prefecture in Japan, is only for perfectly skilled and experienced drivers. This is not a route you want to try if you don't have the experience, because you risk making several complete turns before you can choose the right direction to follow. And worst, you could even cause an accident in the process of finding out yourself. I don't just say that for the sake of it, but look at this interchange and try to analyze it. You'd realize it's much more complex to the eye than you ever thought. That's because the Oyamazaki interchange is where several highways meet. And with such an interchange, even skilled drivers must learn to use it under an experienced driver. Number 7. Snow Wall Corridor. For those of you who have been to Japan, you can agree with me that the country is pretty cold. It's no wonder it's considered the world's snowiest country, but the snow brings a major challenge, especially in terms of infrastructure. This is because it covers land to a large depth, making it difficult to construct roads. And one of those roads is completely covered in a huge depth of snow on the sides of this snow wall corridor. Popularly known as the Tateyama-Kurobi Alpine Route, this road that connects the Toyama and Nagano prefectures is a sight to see. During spring, the snow on the sides of the road can rise as high as 20 meters tall, leaving a narrow road in between. This road has become a major tourist attraction, with about 1 million tourists visiting this place in just a few months to enjoy this spectacular sight. However, during winter, the road is sometimes closed due to huge accumulations of snow, which can be life-threatening to road users. Number 6. Panlong Road. If this is the first time you're setting eyes on this image, chances are you're probably thinking this is a giant grey dragon slithering over the mountain, right? Because tell me, how else would you describe this image observed from above? It could appear like a massive intestine to some, or maybe instant noodles to others. However, what you're looking at is a road that is truly thrilling to drive on. Panlong Road is a 75-kilometer stretch of mountain road in northwest China's Xinjiang province, one of the most dreaded roads in the world. It's dubbed a car-sick person's worst nightmare for a reason, and that's because of its hundreds of hairpin turns. In fact, to be precise, over 600 hairpins wind back and forth over this hilly incline to reach a height of 4,100 meters above sea level. Well, if you get car sick, this road is not for you, because taking on such a road can scare you more than ever. Although the road was first opened in 2009 to help farmers transport their farm produce to the market, it later turned into a tourist attraction, with some driving enthusiasts putting their skills to the test on this insane road. Number 5. Zojila Pass. India is also another country that has some scary roads, like Zojila Pass, which sits at an altitude of about 11,000 feet above sea level and has no protective barriers or railings. Well, a road of this nature is enough to give you heightened adrenaline. This winding mountain road stretches about 25 kilometers and it's very narrow, so vehicles find it hard to fit through. The road passes through Dras, the second coldest inhabited place in the world. It's no wonder a section of Zojila Pass is sometimes closed due to huge snowfall which cannot allow vehicles to pass. Well, for those of you who claim to be experienced enough, maybe this road is the best place to put your driving skills to the test. Of course, you've got to be extra careful because the road itself is unpaved. Number 4. Mae Klong Railway Market. Nestled 50 miles away from Bangkok, the heart and capital of Thailand, is this food market known as Mae Klong. Everything is running normally here, except for one thing. A functional railway passes through the market, and that's our point of focus. Because you're probably wondering how a train can pass through this busy market with vendors displaying goods just next to the railway. Well, the funny thing is that the vendors simply pave the way for the train to pass and they continue with their business as though nothing happened. In fact, some of them don't even remove their merchandise from the tracks. This market was constructed a century ago in the early 20th century, but later the government of Thailand decided to construct a railway through the market. This railroad is very active, with the train passing by the stalls about 8 times a day. Well, even if it means taking risks in business, I don't think I'm going to gamble my life like these vendors are doing here, because this is very risky to say the least, especially considering that the train is moving at 19 miles an hour. And now it's time for our best pick. This image was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across some weird looking image on the net, please send it to us and we might even feature it in our next video. This image is said to have been photographed somewhere in Maine, and it shows a very steep bridge crossing a valley. It has steep descents and climbs. The slopes are very steep that literally any driver would be scared to cross. Whether this image has some truth in it or not, I'll leave you to decide. However, such steep bridges exist in real life, like this one here in Maine known as Deer Isle Bridge. This bridge is important since it's the only vehicular way that connects the Maine mainland to Little Deer Isle and spans 329 meters. Well, if this is how roads and bridges look in Maine, then there is no way I'm driving on them. Number 2. Road 622. If you've taken time to explore Iceland, you'll agree with me that Road 622 is the most terrifying in the country. Because everything about this road is exactly what you'll experience in a horror movie. The road is carved into and under cliffs and offers incredible mountain views, but even though the 49-kilometer long track isn't busy, it can take you longer to drive through, considering that it's all weather and is covered with rough gravel and mud. Located in the West Fjords of northeastern Iceland, this road is equally one of the most dangerous roads around the world because it's prone to mudslides and one can easily roll over the mountain if one misses the track by just a few inches. But before you even take the courage to challenge yourself on this road, be sure to go with a friend, otherwise it might turn out to be a lonely and risky adventure altogether. Number 1. Ling Paishi Road. Forget about Panlong Road. There is another road that is considered the most thrilling mountain road in China. A look at this road simply proves that indeed China is quite different from the rest of the world when it comes to road construction. Located in Chengchen, China, this zigzag road features about 18 breathtaking turns that only daring drivers can take. But since the road was built, no driver has been able to negotiate the bends in one go, which makes it difficult to drive on this road. That's enough to tell you how dangerous this road is. The road is very steep and stretches over 1,486 feet. This shocking mountain road, which is carved out of a mountain, attracts locals and tourists who dare to challenge themselves, but no one has managed to succeed. Thanks for watching.